That sums it up well. That's Dan Dickerson in the 6th inning. Throw in Tarek Skubal hiking the ball between his legs over his first baseman, just for reasons. Wanted to make the wow play. Just eat it, dude. Bear down. You're the best pitcher arguably on the planet. Tigers lose. And Tigers can't even say, hey, well, when we wake up tomorrow, we'll be in first place, because if you look for them, you'll find them in the standings section under wild card. They've lost 7 in a row. They're 5-14 in this month. It's pathetic. They're going down like chumps. They struck out 19 times yesterday. 19. When Riley Green was made aware of that last night, he did like a triple take. Yeah, Riley, you were part of that. 19 strikeouts. At least Cleveland puts the ball in play and maybe something good will happen. Detroit with a pathetic performance. And what makes it so much worse, John, A.J. Hinch before the game spotlighted, hey, we got to be better about the strike zone. The own the zone Detroit Tigers in a pivotal game with the division on the line struck out 19 times. An insult.
And there's only 27 outs in the game. And that means there were 8 other outs that were put in play, whether ground out, fly out, whatever it was. That's just, you can't win games like that. I mean, it just feels like they find different ways to lose games.
Where are you at with this team right now? Like last week we were annoyed and you got angry. How do you feel today?
I'm just disappointed. Disappointed because, and here's where I'm disappointed. We wake up this morning and you turn on whatever sports show that you watch to get out the door, and you're seeing the celebrations in New York or Seattle for clinching division, not even clinching divisions, but clinching playoff spots.
Which the Tigers still haven't done.
Yeah. And Toronto. Like, it's just, we should be doing that. We should have done that a long time ago.
So,
should have been one of the first, if not the first, to do it.
First to 40 wins, 50 wins, 60 wins. There was a scenario where the Tigers would have clinched this division last Thursday. And forget about the division. I mean, they only have a game up for a playoff spot. And, John, They can't win games.
Well, and I mentioned it, their best path, everyone's best path is to win their division. But if they lose out on the division, they may lose out on the playoffs altogether. Because right now they're at the cut line. They have in essence, a 2-game lead because it's over the Houston Astros. They win the tiebreaker, they being the Tigers.
I mean, you expected at this point, right?
That they're not going to be in?
Yeah.
They just lost the one game that you thought
you had to win.
You had to win with Skubal on the mound.
Well, and that was part 2 of Skubal on the mound against Cleveland in a game you got to win.
And it's how they lost too. And I don't know what was going through Skubal's mind when he, threw the ball between his legs. I understand he's trying to make a play, but you got to be smart about it.
Eat it, because then it's 1 bag instead of 2. All of a sudden now it's runners on second and third. There's no double play. There's no crutch to get you out of it. You're going to go through it. And then, John, he hits Fry or the bat, and then the ball hits David Fry, and then he was rattled.
Yeah.
He had the wild pitch. He had the balk. A ground ball gives Cleveland the lead. I mean, they didn't get the ball out of the infield in the 6th inning. When we write the obituary of the Tigers, we'll point to that 6th inning circus, and we'll point to 19 strikeouts. I mean, among all the other things they've done wrong to get here, that just felt like the most insulting, pathetic BS way for them to blow the lead.
Yeah, and I mean people probably heard me sigh a bunch of times. That's the disappointment. It's you had over the Guardians 15 and a half games. Over Kansas City, you had 14 games. And what's disappointing to me is watching all these other teams celebrate clinching postseason in bursts, and for the vast majority of the season. I even mentioned, I think it was about 6 weeks ago, I just want to get to October because I want that fun feeling of being in postseason baseball. Now, after the season that they've had, you don't even know if you're going to get that chance.
No.
And I don't want to say it's unlikely. It just seems like it's a daunting task because of the amount of ways that they have found to lose games.
And you could do we still have the tiebreaker with Houston and we're a game up, but it sounds a lot like the conversations we were having at the end of last week about, hey, we still have a 3-game cushion against Cleveland with only so many games to go.
Well, they still do have 2 games against Cleveland. It's not done.
My point, though, is like these are coping mechanisms. These aren't rooted in the reality. The reality is they can't get out of their own way. I mean, 19 strikeouts is so stupidly damning for a baseball team in a gotta-have-it spot after their manager tells them, hey, guys, hone in on the zone. Do we have that, by the way? AJ on the pregame emphasizing what he wanted to see from his guys in a gotta-have-it spot. I mean, that's damning.
He doesn't go there very often. That's him saying we have significant problems, basically. The one thing they want to do, they're not doing.
Our philosophical, our philosophy is this.
And I think then their performance after that, he said that a couple hours before the game.
You would think that would have been like, hey, what's one thing if we're going to lose this game? It's not going to be with 19 strikeouts.
We focused on one thing since Sunday afternoon's loss. We've had 36 hours roughly to think about this. This is what we're going to focus on. And then you strike out 19 times and Skubal has 3 walks.
Well, and how about the 3 walks from Skubal. Specifically, the 4th inning, they got bases loaded. Strikeout to end the inning.
Yeah.
How about this? After Skubal's 6th inning adventures, the 7th inning starts with not 1 but 2 straight 3-pitch strikeouts. Are you effing kidding me?
Well, and it's with the feeling during that game, bases loaded. Did you really feel like they were going to score with 1 out?
Depressing, right?
Well, yeah, but then all of a sudden, even with Skubal on the mound, they've got 1st and 3rd with 1 out, and you're like, I don't know how we get out of this.
I know. I think a Twitch comment put this well. John, you said you're disappointed.
Yeah.
Disappointed is worse than angry. You never want to hear your parents are disappointed in you.
Yeah,
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, that is it's maybe the worst.
So what I think is going to happen here is, I know it's hard to see them winning a game again right now, but this is baseball. And I can't see them. What would it be, a 12-game losing streak to end the season? So they're going to win at least one more, right?
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
But that puts the Astros in quite a pickle.
I mean, does it? The Astros then have to just play
Well, that means they
2
can't.
better?
Yeah.
The Astros have to go 3 wins the rest
Well,
of the
and
way?
they've lost 4 in a row.
They got to win 3 of 5. You're making them win 3 of 5 if you win just one more game. I think what's going to happen is they're gonna limp into the playoffs as a wild card.
Sure feels that way.
It's the perfect fitting thing to not then have the accountability that's necessary for what's really happening here. Meaning Scott Harris said his job is to make the playoffs. He made the playoffs.
Mission accomplished.
You see what I'm saying?
Why is
here?
everybody
Doesn't
know?
it feel like that way? Because people are texts and calls is kind of just saying there's going to be a hell to pay if this team completely gags us and does. So if they barely limp in, they get off the hook to a degree.
I don't think the fans are going to let them off the hook. I think maybe they feel like maybe they're off the hook. Scott Harris maybe feels like he's off the hook, but fans aren't going to let him off the hook.
I agree with that, but they have wiggle room big time if they get in.
Now, okay, so if they get in and they do something,
Right.
All right, now they can make it better. But first of all, they got to get there, and second of all, when they do, they've somehow, some way, got to be able to hit the reset button.
Ticket text. They blew a 15-game lead. Just shift and talk Lions the rest of the way. Tigers are dead. I hope the Tigers don't make the playoffs because then it takes away from the football talk. I don't give a crap about baseball. When the Tigers finish this failure, that clip of AJ saying, I will remind everyone we're still a first-place team, should be turned into a drop. Yikes. AJ this morning probably. Guys, the magic number's still 4 for the postseason. Aren't we lucky to be in this spot? Soak it in, boys.
Yeah, it's not a great position.
It's sure not. And you hate when I bring this up, but like they made themselves worse at the trade deadline.
Oh, we all hate when you bring it up, but they didn't do anything to put the odds in their favor.
Much better conversations ahead. Dan Campbell at 8:02. I've got your third clue for Name That Lion. I was a contestant on The Bachelorette. There's your cue. What the voice guy said. We'll wrap our Tiger chat next, 97.1.